Hello, Libra, and welcome to your February career and money reading. So let's see what your overall energies for the month in career and finance are. Ooh, wise leader. You are a beacon for others. So this month you may have an opportunity to kind of like step up and be the leader on, your team or in your office. And if you own your own business and, you're, a single entrepreneur, like you just work on your own, then I think that you are really going to inspire, your clients or other people in some way. Very nice. Okay, and bogged in, go slow, take time. Now, isn't it interesting? Because this one is, you are the beacon for others, and then here you have bogged in, go slow, take time. So it does seem like you might have a situation this month where, the way forward is not very clear, especially if you do work in a business where there's other people in your office or, business. Like there may become a situation this month where your business is not sure what direction is, to take. And people are going to look to you for answers. Very nice. Okay, so let's see what other energies we have here. So in the present, you have building blocks. So this really talks about building a firm foundation for your career or your business, your finances. And, I really do. You may, because of this situation, you may become the beacon because you have built a firm foundation. You have experience, you have knowledge. You don't overreact. Very nice. Okay, your obstacle this month is let it go. There's something that you need to let go. So this situation may have caused, some kind of hurt within the workplace or within, yourself. And you're going to have to let something go. So let's see, your advice is balance. Yeah, staying balanced. And I really like that energy, with your building blocks. Like, I really think that you are balanced because you have a good foundation. And it's going to, whatever, this situation, this fogged in situation is, it's going to take a strong leader that's balanced and doesn't, I'm really getting the like not overreacting. Okay, so let's see what the outcome is here. Appreciation. So isn't that nice? It's going to have a nice outcome. So you may go through this little spell here, but it has a nice outcome. And in the end, I mean, you are the wise leader. You're the beacon for everybody else as you go through this situation. And in the end, you're going to be really appreciated by those that you work with, or your bosses or your clients. Like everybody's going to be like, wow, you really helped us get through that. And you're going to be appreciated for the leader that you were during that situation. So in the present, you have 10 of Fires. So this is the 10 of Wands. There's a lot of burdens here. So it could be that, business has fallen off, right? And nobody's sure, where are we going to go? There's a lot of like financial burdens. If this is, you're resonating with this personally, maybe you have acquired some debt or that type of thing. You have a lot of burdens. The nice thing is, remember that that's a 10. So you're at the end. You're at the end of whatever this cycle is. In your obstacles, you have 5 of Fire. That's conflict. So you do need to let go of some conflict. There's some conflict. So maybe, you've had some inner office conflict, or if, you have a small business, There may have been conflict between you and, you know, somebody, your partner, or you and, you know, somebody that owes you money, or you owe money. Something like that. Your advice is transformation. Wow, transforming and finding more balance in this situation. Lovely. So that's like the Death card. And Six of Air, kind of moving on, being appreciated. And then, you know, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily leaving your job, but maybe you are. But I think that moving on from this situation, like being appreciated and then saying, okay, we got through that. Now let's move on, right? Whatever this, I think it's some type of maybe conflict. You know, when a business or a project isn't going well, it is kind of funny how people can, conflict can rise. You know, when everything's good and everybody's happy and everybody's making money, there's not as much conflict. But when things are, you know, kind of fogged in and not going well, sometimes what can happen is, you know, people start blaming other people or other departments. So let's see what we have here. We have Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay, so in your present, yeah, you're going through this right now or will be very shortly. So the Ten of Swords, you know, it's kind of like the last sword is in your back. And you're holding the Ten of Wands. You're at the very end of this cycle. That is the good news. The good news is you have all of these tens. You have all the burdens. You have all the swords in your back. But you're at the end. You're at the end of this really hard cycle. And I really do feel like you probably have been a beacon for your coworkers or clients or whoever, because you have these building blocks. And, you know, look, and gender doesn't matter, but look, she's still holding her head up high. She's standing there gracefully, because even though she's been through all of this, she had a strong foundation. And, you know, it could be that your business had a good, strong foundation, so it could weather this storm. In your obstacles, you have the Empress. So there was, you know, kind of like a conflict that needs to be let go about how to creatively get out of this situation. There definitely was like maybe differing opinions. If, you know, you're an entrepreneur that, you know, you have your own business by yourself, you may have had conflict around your clients. You could have even had conflict with family or friends that, you know, like you really needed their help or their guidance, you know, and there was some kind of conflict there. You definitely were dealing with conflict about how to get through this, manage this. And I think what Spirit is saying is you are getting through it. You know, you're at the tens. You're really close to the end. You got to let go of some of the conflict and kind of just, in a way, realize that sometimes when you're going through hard things, you know, people say or act in certain ways out of fear. Just kind of realizing that they could have been acting out of fear. All right, so your advice, King of Wands, and I really think that you are the King of Wands. And once again, gender doesn't matter. But the energy of the King of Wands, you know, having the inspiration, being the leader. You know, she's kind of like carrying a spear or something, but, you know, she has fire over here. I think, you know, it's that kind of like, I'm going to lead you. I'm going to inspire you. We're going to move through this. And I think in by doing that, you're in a way, it's like transforming you, and it's transforming your business. And it's going to bring more balance to your company or to your project, to you in general. Like, I think you're going to really have a total shift in the way that you do business in the future. I think you're gaining a lot of wisdom through this. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Wow. So you have the Tower. You may decide to go in a different direction. I think this is, the Tower doesn't have to be bad. It's kind of like an epiphany card to me a lot of times, especially in the outcome. Like it's kind of an epiphany, a new realization about what it is that you want and how you want to proceed, where you want to go next. But here's the thing, you're going to be appreciated. Like you may decide to go out on your own. The Six of Air is like the Six of Swords. To me, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm getting in my boat and I'm going to calmer waters. A lot of times in traditional tarot, the boat is in choppy waters and you're going to calmer waters. And you may decide, you may have an epiphany that, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I think it's interesting. There's a boat here too. Or you're taking your business in a different direction. If you're like an entrepreneur by yourself or a creative, then you may just decide, hey, I've gone through this. I have transformed, because you have the transformation card. Changing directions, changing your mindset, and going. You could possibly be going in a new direction. As with the Tower. Now you have free will, so you may not, that won't be speaking to everyone. But I do think that you're going to definitely shift, transform your mindset about how you do work or how you proceed financially. Okay, so let's see. This is the Creative Oracle. I love these cards. Stuck. You may be stuck because you're overly attached to a method or a piece. And, that's in your present. And I think it's interesting because you have the transformation in your advice. So, you're at the very end of this cycle. You may have been here for a while, carrying all these burdens, all these swords in your back. And you're like, oh, when is this going to end? When is the ship going to move forward? When are the skies going to clear? When is the fog going away? And you're kind of stuck. And the only reason you're stuck is you need to let go of something. Let go of your mindset or being stuck to a certain method. And then things will quickly move through. You're very close to the end. Okay, so in your obstacle, you have limits. Know that limiting attitudes are often formed as protective reactions to past events. Yeah, that was kind of what I was saying, is that, sometimes people just overreact to something that happens in the office or in business. Even if, you're a creative and you work by yourself and suddenly, the bottom drops out of your business, right? And you overreact, know that your limiting attitudes kind of can sometimes cause that. Like you have to react, but you don't want to overreact. You want to kind of like creatively think it out. There's definitely something that a mindset, I really feel like it's a mindset about how you do work that you need to transform. It could be the hours that you keep. It could be, like a lot of businesses now have had to really shift and start selling their products more online or curb service, delivery, that type of thing. And if you were a business where people came to you and you didn't change, you could have lost a lot of business, right? I'm just using that as an example. But you see so many businesses trying to, work through the situation that, we're all finding ourselves in really creative ways. And I think that is one of the things that you've been good about. I think you just have to make one final shift in your thinking to help your business or career along. happy accident. Fortunate accidents can act as guides to edit and be open to where you should go next. I think that this is really interesting because I keep thinking that this is some kind of a spiritual thing. And there is no accident. I really believe that. There is no accident. So I think what's going to happen is keep your faith. See what you can shift. Try to find more balance, right? But then Spirit's going to give you a little leg up. They're going to help you out. There's going to be, some little accident that's going to happen that's going to help you get over this 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords energy. And I think it's interesting to be open to where you should go next. Remember, and you have the 6 of Swords here. You're going to get the epiphany. Remember I said the Tower is like the epiphany. Well, this happy accident is going to give you the epiphany as to what your next step is. Oh, it's lovely. You have nothing to worry about. I mean, I do feel like you're in a heavy energy, but this is soon to come, through. New start. Sometimes we must realize that what we have done needs to be discarded and we must make a new start. And, I think that that's your Tower and your 6 of Swords. I think you're going to really appreciate. You're going to be appreciated. I also get the sense that you're going to appreciate this situation because it's going to give you some type of an epiphany about where you need to go next. You started out, I think this is so interesting. You started out with stuck way over here, and then you have new start here. I feel like you may feel like you're stuck in a business situation. And you're obviously not enjoying it because you have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Something is going to happen over the next month or so that's going to give you some happy accident. It gives you an epiphany about where to go next and what to do and how to make this new start. And, I'm not saying that you're necessarily going to quit your job, although you might, but you're definitely going to look at things in a totally new perspective. Remember, you always have free will. You can do whatever you want to, but I hope that this gives you some hope that this situation is actually going to have you come up on top. You're going to be the leader. You're going to be appreciated. Things are going to work out very well for you. I'm excited for you, Libra. I hope you move through this energy quickly. But remember, whenever you're in this type of energy, there's a lesson that, you're meant to learn. So take a look at that. What is it that, your limiting attitudes? What can you change? Tweak. I'm not saying it has to be a major change, but some kind of a tweak to help bring in this accident and new start. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to pull you a universe card. Let's see what the universe has to say for you. Special message. And if you've enjoyed this reading, Libra, I'd love for you to like this video and perhaps even subscribe to my channel. So let's see what we have. Turn on your love light. Okay, so, this is a career and money reading. So love really means about bringing passion into your work and, appreciating the people that you work with or work for. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. And I think that is, really good advice because I think when we're stuck in this energy, right? Stuck in this energy, there's no love there, right? This is the opposite of the 10 of Cups. And this can mean a lot of fear. That it's a really heavy energy, brings in a lot of fear. And one of the best ways to get out of fear is to turn on the love because there's only fear and love. So if you Love, love, love into the situation. Be very grateful for the situation, for everybody that's involved in the situation, even if that's really hard. Just pour in a lot of gratitude and appreciation. And what will happen is this will dissolve very quickly. So turn on your love light. Very nice. You know, just raise the vibration, raise your vibration. And I think you're doing that. Raise your vibration and help to raise the vibration of those that you're working with. Well, Libra, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you have lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations. Bye for now.